like to shift sticks for a moment and talk to you today about something very serious. There is a growing threat to our nation and her peoples. I'm talking about the gays! That's right, or as I like to call them, Al-Qaeda. Huh? See what I did? Well, this is no laughing matter. It is so serious that a member of parliament recently proposed that the government create a homosexual rehabilitation center. So apparently this is to combat the phenomenon that is taking place in Malaysia. Now according to him,
there is this studies that shows that 3 out of 10 Malaysian men is of the gay. That is very scary, very scary. That means in this parliament, 30% are gay. But not me. I'm straight. I'm 70%.
We're terrified. See what can happen if we aren't careful, if we aren't eternally vigilant. So all we're doing is to educate the public on how to protect themselves from the growing Al-Qaeda menace. Because by taking the appropriate preventive measures, you too can avoid becoming a gay. So the concern is that this phenomenon will go from this.
Individuals' interest in autonomy, in the ability to make choices, is protected for all of us, including for same-sex couples, for lesbian and gay individuals.
To this. So this may not be 100% effective, if at all, but my point is because of genetics and science and all that. So here are some tips to help you hone your gaydar. I know what you're thinking. They look like you and me. They sound like you and me. How do you tell them apart? There are some dead giveaways. They talk a lot. More than you and me. They have a tendency to use their hands when they speak. They are a lot more emotional. They like dancing and singing songs. So these are some of the things that you can take away and make sense of.
Wait, Mr. Narrator. What are you trying to say? Just because someone talks a lot with his hands, sings and dances with other men, makes him gay, ah? Is that what you're trying to say? Look at this.
Solra, Arunachalam mudikra. Solli.
So, Rajnikant not man enough for you lah.
Avoid listening to anything by Elton John post-1985. The same applies to George Michael post-Wham. Will and Grace is a no-no, none of that Glee thing. The L word is okay, but only because there's some tasty girl-on-girl action. Men, no leather, rainbows or guy liner. Women, no plaid, no mullets. Also, if you play Kylie Minogue's All the Lovers backwards, it's exactly the same thing as what she's singing forward.
Ah, so this is the big one, folks, because that's where the real fear is. Conversion. Turning your husbands into wives. Convincing your kids to stop playing football and go rowing instead. So what do? Well, we need a warning system. And we've come up with a solution. So what we propose the government do is to implement a Homo land security style alert system. You can put it in airports, in train stations, in schools, even in parliament. So it looks a little something like this. Emerald, all is straight. Okay, you're watching football with your buddies and having beers. Manly, bro. Aquamarine.
Jangan lupa fundi ya. Selamat datang ke Academy Fantasia.
Enough said. Primrose, fruity. We're beginning to see signs of campness, an inclination towards disco. Salmon, Kevin Spacey. Yep, he's gay. Flaming red is when everything becomes fabulous.